turn this off.
Okay. It's 3 after 4 o'clock on Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. We're going to start the Town of Sangerville Board of Selectmen meeting, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2, approval of the Select Board meeting minutes, 11/17/2021.
Did we sign those?
Got them right here. You want to review them?
Yes. So can we just put it towards the end? And
Sure.
Okay.
We'll table that for just a few minutes. Review of treasurer's warrants, payroll 99, 100, 103, and 104.
Make a motion, prove A and B is read.
Second.
And I'll read B. 97, 98, 101, and 102.
Okay.
All in favor? Great. Open session. We have some guests. Do you want to speak?
Yeah, I guess this is Q&A. I've had an issue there that I called her the other day and poked. I'm a resident on the North Dexter Road. My address is 1040, and my concern is my neighbors both across the street and beside of me. They kind of co-own the parcel and beside and behind of me. I guess the current issue to talk about would be the violation of their the ordinance as far as chickens. They're not within their violation. I believe that these animals are being neglected. They're kind of left to free range, and according to that ordinance, the ordinance specifies that they're supposed to have no more than 6 hens in a pen that's changed, cleaned. They're supposed to have food and water. And currently on this property parcel, there's probably 20 plus chickens, give or take. I have pictures of them crossing over through my fence into my yard, kind of making a mess with their, feces in front of my doorstep area. And also the ordinance specified about roosters. There's not supposed to be any roosters, and I believe there's at least 3. But I've been in contact with the town manager. I've also been in contact with the animal control officer, who's currently ill with COVID. And I just kind of was looking to see where this will go. I mean, it's kind of been a bit of an eyesore in that neck of the woods anyways, as far as other issues down the road, especially with some of the mess beside of me. But I guess that was my bit. I'll let you know some...
The chicken, specifically,
trying to get there.
I think that's within a certain distance
I was
of
thinking
the
that
town
was
center.
Yeah.
It's within the town.
Right, it's
center.
off the monument or something like that. So
There was a
I'm not
radius.
sure how that
right,
works out.
I think we'll find that doesn't apply to all of Sangerville.
Okay.
Do you know that?
I just read it the other day.
Uh,
Maybe it is.
But
Yeah.
but the property, I believe the properties you are referencing have other issues that are currently being addressed.
Yep. Yep.
That's about all we can say about that, I guess.
Mainly, the reason why I try to push this issue, I've been pretty lax and quiet about it over the past couple of years, of all the ruckus and nonsense. But mainly, for me, it's just a matter of what's right for animal welfare. And, the gentleman that lived on that property, that was, however he was treating for him, he hasn't currently been staying there. And like I said, this problem has now kind of become more of my problem, because they're coming to me, even trying to leave my house. They're looking to be fed. They're looking on, they don't have any type of a, there's no heat lamps there, there's no power there, there's no one to provide water for them. And, animal cruelty, I don't know, I think that's still against the law in the state of Maine.
But that's what I was on my phone, was trying to get to the ordinance. So the ordinance you're referencing is within the town limits. But I think what you're saying is very valid. When animal control,
and I know with animal control, our office is unavailable, but I will, we talked to the state yesterday, so I'll refer it to the state
Yeah.
inlet on that, the animal. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just mainly, I hate to have it, to keep poking and, stirring it up, it's just a matter of, I mean, these animals, if someone else had these animals, they could get benefits from the eggs, or if they chose to slaughter them, they could be eating them. But if this goes on much longer, they're gonna freeze to death, and they're gonna be a waste. And then it could cause another issue with their, as they decompose and stuff, it's not a healthy thing to have in close proximity to your house.
Did you say they're crossing Route 23?
No, they're not crossing over the main
Okay.
road, they're beside of me and they're coming through my fence.
Okay, because that's yet another, car accidents.
I'm not
It's
too far
possible.
from you, I'm amazed the fox hasn't cleaned them up.
I think it's
Hasn't.
something with it.
There's a lot of them around.
Or the coyote.
Yeah, they're
no
everywhere.
kidding. I mean, that would have been, but yeah, that's an animal.
Yeah. But I will, we'll get a hold of animal control by the state. And have Sarah address that for you.
Not to hog the spotlight or anything, but just while we're on the same subject, is there anything as far as ordinances go, as far as like standard of living, to prevent this from happening next summer, as far as the gentleman coming to reside within staying in a car or living in a camper?
I don't think- I don't believe there is. Sangerville has one enforceable ordinance and we just passed it.
Okay.
There isn't.
Which is what we're working on
The
right
list is
now
pretty
on
short.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for living in a small town, and I'm proud of it, glad of it. I don't want to see this turn into Bangor or Fairfield or, some other large city with just ordinance crazy. But to a degree, it's kind of an eyesore. My place of employment, I work at Bath Iron Works, and there's starting to be a fairly good amount of people that know me, and they're starting to know where I live. The most common comment I hear is, wow, you really have some neighbors, don't you? And, I mean, other people from the town, but we've recently listed our house for sale a few months back, and as far as the feedback we've gotten, it's all been negative feedback, and it's because of the situation around me.
Hopefully with the ordinance,
Really do much,
well,
and
hopefully,
yes.
honestly, with the ordinance, we just passed this ordinance.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that that's gonna move us forward and be able to remedy everything you're talking about.
Yep.
So-
It's just,
It's fairly recent. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the pressure that's being applied has only just begun to be
Yeah,
applied.
it's a
So.
problem. And I'm sure it will get cleaned up in due time, and I've kind of let it, go myself, because I just choose not to get involved. But I think it's finally time.
Okay. Kelly, did you want to speak today?
Oh, I thought this meeting had something to do with the library closing. That's what I was
No,
told.
we do, the library's on our agenda, but it doesn't say that it's closing.
Should I wait for it to come up? Is it gonna be discussed in this meeting, the library?
The library is gonna be discussed in this meeting.
Okay, I'll wait.
Why don't you go ahead and say whatever it is you wanted to
Oh.
share about the library?
Well, I was told by Leslie today that there's a meeting on Thursday to discuss closing the library.
Oh, the library's having a meeting.
Yes.
Okay, that's why we're not part of that.
Okay, and then she told me also that there was a meeting tonight at 4 o'clock in the library was going to be discussed, so I thought I'd come, because I thought maybe it had something to do with something with the library, so I wanted to be here for that.
There probably is some bit of data that she's gonna share with us, but
Who's she?
the town manager.
Town manager.
Oh, okay, well, I'll wait for that. That's all I just wanted to
Okay.
voice that I don't want it to close, but whatever.
Item 5, the bulldozer.
Yeah, no bids.
Cool.
Okay.
There's actually 4 of them now on Facebook. Same model, twice as many hours, same price.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
well,
think it's more of a spring thing.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean,
should we, do you wanna keep lowering it, 500
I just let it
No,
roll.
I just roll it. I agree with Dale. I mean, the timing's wrong,
Yeah.
but you never know.
Right, so we'll just keep rolling?
It doesn't cost us anything.
No.
So.
No.
If
Okay.
Oz was there for way more money, I would, yes, but we're there. I mean,
You still have the same original minimum bid.
19.5, I think is what it's at, yeah. The ones that are up there for sale right now are the same model with twice the hours for,
Same year.
yeah, same money. So, I don't see any sense to get too excited.
Nobody wants to pick one up now and
No.
just winterize it.
Yep.
And store it all winter.
Yep.
Item 6, new business abatement.
Yes, I have an abatement for a mobile home that's no longer located on that property, so we need to abate it off. I did mention to the tax assessors that we need to be notified a little sooner.
Okay.
This is 2019, I mean, we can't go after it, it's not there. They should have come in and gotten a permit to move that trailer. However, it didn't happen that way.
Okay, but was the tax card updated to reflect that there wasn't a trailer and he still sent?
And they still did not notify us, yes. So
Okay.
I sent them an email saying that we need to, the card was updated, but we weren't notified. We don't always look at the cards, we don't know. We need to know when something's gone,
Yeah,
so that we don't,
Okay.
because this is
So that
2
was
years old.
basically our error.
Right, so now it's 2 years old. We could have saved a lot of process
Yeah.
with, you know, certified mail and,
but Josh agrees that this should be done.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, so,
Do you want me to make a motion to do that?
Yep, sure.
So I would like to make a motion to abate $101.94 to map and lot 011-003-001-099. I don't need to say the name, yeah?
Nope. Second.
All in favor? All three of us? Good. Appointment of Lpfi licensed plumber inspector.
so, as we all know, Leanne's passed your test, right, for the LPI?
Congratulations.
So,
You whipped right through that.
Yeah, I went right through it.
I mean, well, it hasn't been that long though.
It was a process.
Yeah, good for you.
So I do have an appointment here if we want to appoint him, LPI along with the CEO, because he has a year to complete those courses.
You are currently a member of the planning board, is that correct?
Correct.
And it's somewhat ambiguous as to whether you can do both of those things. It appears that you might be able to.
Really?
Yep. Assuming that you want to be able to.
I would be, as a CEO, I would be at the meetings anyway.
Correct. I think it's worth all of us kind of reviewing this before we get to January, but it looks to me like he could do both. I don't know what you guys
Is
think.
that based on MMA?
This is MMA's manual,
Planning board,
planning board manual.
and what are?
Incompatible
conflicts?
positions.
Oh, incompatible, okay.
And it acknowledges that if these were elected positions, then you couldn't do that. And if the planning board oversaw or how would I say, monitored the CEO's decisions, like they could overrule him, but that's not a procedure that we do, that I'm aware of. Do you remember that?
No,
And
As far as I understand, they're two separate entities.
yeah, and they act at least in Sangerville, they're completely independent of each other.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they confer on a few things, but they are independent completely.
So my thought is, we'll assume that he can do both. You'll share this, or all of you will share it with Jerry. Let's see what his reaction is. If we need to get MMA involved, we will, but it looks to me like there's room.
Jerry thinks it's not capable, but
He thinks it's incompatible.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, Jerry, we should get Jerry a copy of this.
Okay.
Just, because
Yeah,
I'd
'cause they
like
have
to have him
to
point
be
out where he
Thursday.
thinks it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here Thursday.
Me too.
If it is incompatible, technically, the second you accept this position, you are no longer, so it's not a lot at risk, other than
Right.
we need to get it clarified,
Right.
so.
so is it
that's-
before Lance is sworn in, we can appoint him?
If it turns out that it is incompatible, and we appoint him, he is no longer a member of the planning board.
Because this is the
So
newest
are we gonna table the appointment then?
No, because he's gonna do this no matter what,
Okay.
He
okay.
might not be
I
on the
understand.
planning board,
I
okay?
understand, okay,
okay?
yes.
But I
So-
think we're okay,
The way I read it, I think we're okay.
yeah, so.
I tried to find that and I couldn't find
I'd
it.
send it, you've got it in your
Oh,
email.
good, good,
Yeah.
good. Oh, thank you. I didn't see it.
Okay, so, go ahead and,
I'll make a motion to appoint Lance Johnson as our plumbing inspector and our code enforcement officer.
And is, I'm just wondering about the code enforcement, the overlay between now and George's,
You want to just do that for January 1?
yeah, that's my question.
We
That's what I'm
could, I
going.
mean, George is already out of state.
Oh, he is?
Yes. he's
Oh,
already out of
okay,
state.
all right, so George will just drop off,
George is already, yeah, he's
He's-
already dropped
he's
out.
Okay.
out.
so
Just leave it?
I would second your
Okay.
motion.
Okay.
Any further discussion? We vote, all in favor. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Very
look forward
much.
to.
And we'll pass this down and we'll have Ann sign it.
And you started right out with a pretty full slate, so.
Yeah.
Right over here.
I'm assuming where we're talking about.
Yes, as most of us are assuming. So.
And that sounds great. If you want to land, you can come right over here and,
Get her done.
Oh, there you go, we're gonna swear him in?
yeah, we'll swear him in right
Perfect,
now.
nice.
Better.
So you want to go ahead and just read right here and read right there for him.
I, Lance Johnson, do swear that I support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, so long as I continue a citizen therefore. I, Lance Johnson, do swear that I faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties incumbent on me as local plumbing inspector and code enforcement officer according to the Constitution and laws of this state, so help me God.
You get your sign right there. Sign right there.
My signature changed a little.
Yeah. Perfect.
Item C, library.
Okay. I put this on the warrant because I was informed last week there was going to be a library meeting on yesterday, but it was canceled due to weather. But the librarian has given her notice. She will be getting done. And as I know of right now, it's 3 to 4 and closing the library. So when it comes to budget, I don't think there's going to be a budget.
Cool.
Well, we'll cross that bridge.
What does that mean? There's no budget because the budget was her salary?
No, she's anticipating. Yeah, the budget, I believe, pretty much of that money did go to her salary, but I think broader picture is, this will all be addressed as to whether the town will fund a library through the budgetary process.
Okay.
And I have asked for an expense for, and I have not received any.
Yeah, they've been pretty forthcoming with, like, I asked them a while back, the number of individual users, not necessarily how many books were loaned or movies were loaned, but individual people that use the library, and they're down to around 10.
Yeah.
So
I want to make a comment if I can. The library, I know people that have tried to get to the library, but the hours have changed probably 4 or maybe even 5 times since I've lived here in 3 years. The hours keep changing and the sign never changes. People have come here and the library's been closed. I just think that you would see more people showing up if they knew when it was open, and also there are people in the parking lot using the Wi-Fi on off hours that might not be included. And as far as I know, there's 240 patrons out of 1,249 people, which is a pretty good amount of the people of the town that are card-carrying members of Sangerville.
these are, the data I got was for the last 12 months, and these are people who actually,
Come in and
individuals who
take a
came
book.
in and used the facility.
But there are people in the parking lot that I've seen.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
could be,
that's-
that's not really
They
the
sit beside the road.
mission
Guilford in front
statement of the
that one.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're paying, the town is typically spending about $20,000 a year. So even if we were to double or triple or quadruple that number, you're still talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars per participant. So, like I said, it'll be a budgetary issue. It'll go before the budget committee, and
I also do think though that if the library hours were posted that were actually accurate, you might find people coming.
that's more up to the library though than us.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
Anything else on that?
Nope.
No.
Item 7, pre-audit.
So we've finished with the pre-audit. Sarah's going to be sending it all to the auditors tomorrow and Thursday. So we're looking good right now. And like I said, our audit will be the week of January 24th, but we've completed what we've needed to for the pre-audit.
Good. Cleaning contract?
Yeah, I'm working on the budget, and I guess it's gonna depend on the library as well. The cleaning contract is, the vendor that we're using is, the price is unreasonable for the service that we're getting. So I'm probably not gonna renew the contract in
So
January.
you're shopping.
So I'm gonna definitely shop, because it's, yeah,
Another budgetary issue.
yes.
Very good. Road Commissioners report.
Yes, so I just wanted to, Rowdy's is done paving East Sangerville Road. We had a special town meeting to raise additional funds for the paving, and they still managed to go over what was budgeted. So we are only paying the $450 that we budgeted for it, and the other $46,000 that they went over, I have notified them that they'll have to wait till our next budget cycle to receive payment.
Have you guys all been out and looked at the road?
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks really
They
good.
did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because you put fresh gravel in for each one of those driveways, and it doesn't get packed. I haven't been over there in a week or so, has anybody,
The last time I was over there was last week.
yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't.
I'm
seen it
sure
since.
they freeze thaw, it'll get better, but it was
Yeah.
kinda messy. But the patches after, those just disappeared, that looked great.
That does, it came out nicely.
Okay,
Have we ever put lines on roads like that? Is that something you will do?
no, we haven't, but that road would look good with striped.
I'll tell you, McFeeters is getting, probably in the spring, we're gonna wanna put.
Right,
more.
and I am gonna notify, I have a call to call Lucas Striping for that.
Yeah,
On McFeeters to get a price.
definitely makes it nice and safe.
I think it's,
Yeah, it
we've
really
got
puts-
our community is getting older and older, and driving at night, it's really nice having those lines.
I could
It
get a
is.
quote on East Sangerville Road as well.
I think we should at least entertain it.
Yeah, yeah, it really does put the bow on the entire.
Yep.
You know.
Well, I think
Yeah,
too,
that's-
it's better for your road because you're getting your traffic to be in the middle where they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Um,
true. Not Brian.
Yeah, you don't want them
Shelters.
there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is so much safer. It's amazing how it changes.
Yeah, particularly with, a rainy night.
Yep, yep.
Okay, is there anything else? Selectmen's concerns?
no, I like this time of year. It's pretty short and sweet.
All right,
Yeah, no, nothing.
well, then I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor? It's 5:27, we are adjourned.
We didn't decide, sorry, about the next meeting.
4:27,
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I did put the meeting to be determined for the next one, because generally it would have been the 15th of December, which is only next week. And I didn't know if you wanted to table it to the following week, which is week of Christmas, I believe the 22nd, which is on a Wednesday, or,
I don't care.
I would say maybe we'll see what your need is.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, because, I'm gonna have things that, for the end of the year that need to be done and signed off.
Right,
Yep.
so if we
So
we
close
don't
to the
have
end
to
of
do
that.
it, we'll push it up.
All right.
But
push it out.
we'll let you.
I can't make the 22nd, so.
Okay, so,
maybe
yeah,
we'll-
so we can push it out even